Gentle people, you see these two pots here, one with pumpkin rice and one with some kidney still bubbling and simmering down. I was down to my last. I mean, this is my testimony, right? Having had so little in my house to eat at this time, a little cornmeal, but the cornmeal take weevil. About 3/4 pound of flour, about a little over a pound of rice, a tin mackerel, and a fish in the freezer as the only type of meat. And I was here for a couple days. And I was saying, Lord, all the people that I'm asking for help, nobody's answering. And I can't seem to get through. Yes, somebody did answer the call, Miss Sharon. I explained to her that I had a whopping water bill because of some discrepancies that weren't my fault. A water bill of over $50,000. And every little thing that I would get, I would try to put something towards it. At the time, it was $47,000, and it built to $59,000, and I paid $5,000 yesterday. Still don't know how I'm going to pay the rest of it. Didn't have any money. Didn't have any food. I went to the shop last night, and I chose, as we say, one green lassoy, Lasco lassoy, to make tea. And me did end up buy one bread yesterday when me done, because that was all I had to eat. I mean, yeah, I had the tin mackerel and I had the rice and everything, but hardly anything was there. And I was there saying, Lord, what am I going to do? And I got a call from my good friend and sister in Christ, Miss PHILLIPA Cunningham, or they call her Gay, in Morant Bay. And she herself is home, not well, not really working at her shop. And she called me this morning and said, she just felt led to call me this morning. First of all, she wanted me to go to Morant Bay to get some things for her, but she said I could come later in the day and everything. And she was asking me if I had anything. I was telling her, no, I didn't have anything much other than whatever I told you in the fridge. And she gave me the money to buy the things for her in Morant Bay, and she said, buy some things for yourself, And she called me while I was in Morant Bay after I left her home. And said, me know you stay, Or make sure you buy some things for yourself, And friends, I did, after I bought most of what she had told me to buy for her, I'm not able to show you now, but I was able to get 2 lasai, 2 tins of Geddes broad beans. I was able to get 1 pack of coconut powder. I was able to get 1 bread. I was able to get 1.5 pounds of kidney at the meat shop. I think 1.5 pounds of chicken foot. As well, I was able to get 2 pounds of cornmeal. And I was able to get a pound of pumpkin. I was able to get a pound of sweet potato. I was able to get 2 pounds of rice. And yes, that was basically it. And she gave me and told me before I came that she was thinking of me and that she wanted to give me a whole of chicken, as we say in Jamaica, which is a whole chicken. And I'm telling you, and when I came back from Marbay, she gave me that chicken. And I left Miss PHILLIPA's house with more to eat than I had in my own store basket. And that is how you see I am able to cook what I just showed you in the beginning of the video for my dinner, and it's going to last me maybe until tomorrow or another day. But God be praised. Nothing in the store basket, and this would have been after I got a little money from Miss Sharon in the UK, and I would have sacrificed and bought some stationery for the children at the Ina Barclay Center of Excellence, which used to be the Licensed Center of Excellence. I bought them on Monday. 70 pens, 70 pencils, 70 sharpeners, 35 erasers, and as I said, 70 pens and some stickers. And the gift was a small one, but that sacrifice that I made from the money that I got from Miss Sharon in the UK was $6,000 out of $10,000 that she sent me, 50 pounds for those stationery that I sacrificed and bought. And see, the Lord enabled somebody to think of me so that I could cook this dinner this evening, have a chicken in the fridge, have bean, have some chicken food for another meal, have some sweet potato, have some lasco for my tea, one bread for my tea, and thank God, Jehovah, that He has been so good to me as to have enabled me to have more in my store basket without having a cent in my hand to have gotten them. So I want you to know that whatever situation you find yourself in at this time, if it is that the cupboards are empty, if the fridge is empty, if the food keg is empty, especially for those people who are experiencing Hurricane Melissa setbacks and, disadvantages, those ravaged in the different parishes that were ravaged, I want you to know that God is your source, and that when He is your source, He will send help when your trust and your hope are completely in Him, and when you give out of whatever little you have. It doesn't matter how small the amount is. Always purpose in your heart to sacrifice something, to give something, so that God can be moved, not just for that, but so that you can prove God, as one thing in your circumstances, and so that He can say to you, child, well done, I have your back because you gave your all, like the widow who gave her 2 nights. So be blessed, people. I am able to cook this evening because a friend listened to the voice of God, called me, and she herself was not well because she just did a procedure on her, wherever. And she called me and asked me to get some things for her. I said, buy some things for yourself. And I bought them with the money that she gave me, as well as her things to make her soup and otherwise. And here I am, having a pot or 2 pots on the stove for my dinner this evening. So God bless you, and just know that God is an able provider, and that He will not leave you nor forsake you. When your trust is completely in Him, and when you obey His voice to give to His cause and to give to His people and to give to His children, you will never be deserted. You will never be in want for long, because He makes good on the promises He issues from His lips, and you can depend on Him to be there when you are even down to your very last and there is no source. All the people I called between Monday and everything and yesterday, nobody hardly answered me. And still I lay in my bed this morning wondering what I was going to do, and Miss Philippa called me up, and the rest is history. God is able. Trust Him. This is Sean C. Harrison. There you go. There is my dinner.